Tolerance, tolerance, tolerance. What is tolerance? Hello YouTube, DICOM here, and this is the first in a series of videos entitled There is an Alternative. Perhaps you saw my earlier video, Stop Playing Their Game, wherein I mentioned that I was going to do a series and I asked for your feedback. Well, this is the first, and today I would like to discuss tolerance. The Cambridge Dictionary defines tolerance as a willingness to accept behavior and beliefs which are different from your own, although you might not agree with or approve of them. Now, in looking at this definition, there's two critical points. One, a willingness to accept other people's behaviors, lifestyles, worldviews, etc., while you may not agree with them. A willingness to accept, but you might not agree. That is the traditional view of tolerance. What we're going to take a look at next is how this word tolerance has changed over the years and the modern political implications and why it's so important. Let me ask you a question. The ideas that you hold in your heart, the worldview that you have in your head, the things that you profess to others, your own faith, or your lack thereof, do you believe these things to be correct? Do you believe them to be right? Well, of course you do, because if you didn't, you wouldn't hold to them. You wouldn't profess them. You would find beliefs and worldviews that were correct and adopt those. Other people have different ideas. Other people have different views. Other people have different faiths. We may not agree with those. We may not agree with their worldview, their behaviors, their lifestyles, whatever. And we may even look upon those things as being wrong or at least not beneficial. But we tolerate that because everyone has a right to believe, to think, and to act as he chooses, so long as he does not interfere or infringe upon the rights of others. If he doesn't do his neighbor material harm, it doesn't infringe upon his rights in some way, he's free to believe, to act any way he chooses. And we tolerate that. That is negative tolerance. That's the traditional understanding of the word. Now, excuse me, my nose is just itchy. Okay. Positive tolerance, on the other hand, says that not only should you tolerate the beliefs of others, but the beliefs, the behaviors, the lifestyles, the faiths, etc., of other people are not only to be tolerated, but are equally valid and equally correct. And if you do not subscribe to that, then you are, by definition, a bigot. Now, please don't think that I'm trying to come up with some clever way to come in through the back door and lay down a left or right political philosophy on you. I don't even agree with the left-right paradigm, but that's a subject for another video. What I am saying is that if you can neutralize someone by simply yelling out, hey, he's an intolerant bigot, simply because he has strong beliefs or strong notions about a worldview or insists upon his lifestyle choices, well, that's a very powerful tool indeed if it works, and in fact it does and is used all the time on talking head programs and on the radio and everything else. Someone starts to express a view. If they say, this is right, or this is wrong, or this is unacceptable, or they start to express a viewpoint that is not politically expedient to the radio host, then he'll start to shout him down. You're an intolerant bigot, and I won't have any truck with intolerant bigots. I won't tolerate them on my show. And so they try to squelch them. The other thing that they do is they try to divide groups using this method by trying to suggest to the group that the person who holds the opposite view is in fact a devil who is trying to infringe upon their rights. Well, he would do this to you, and he would take this away from you, and he would prevent this from happening for you because he is an intolerant bigot, and we're here to defend you from this intolerant bigot. And they keep us fighting with each other. And of course, if we're fighting with each other, then we're not fighting them, and we're easier to control. Positive tolerance is a mind job. So if we're going to get anywhere in this country, the first thing we're going to have to do is to stop this business of vilifying people because they are saying things that are uncomfortable for the status quo. Everyone has a right to have his say, to believe what he wants to believe, and to act the way he wants to act, provided, as I've mentioned before, he doesn't trample upon the rights of someone else if he's not doing someone else material harm. And to suggest otherwise is nonsense. And I don't care if it's coming from the mouth of a politician or somebody from the media. If they are saying that stuff, they're using it as a tool and they have an agenda. That's all there is to it. And this is so widespread and so pervasive in this society and the political climate of this country that it is absolutely sickening. And that is something that's going to have to change. People can believe what they want to, and I can disagree with them. You can disagree with them. There's nothing that says that we have to agree with other people. Not only that, there's nothing that says that we have to agree that other people's ideas are just as valid or correct or whatever as our own. We can believe and insist that what we're saying is right no matter what. That's just the way it is. And you're not a devil, you're not a demon, and you're certainly not an evil, intolerant bigot. So this is DI.com saying, tell it like it is, like it really is, right on.